Hi guys, my name is Michaela and today I'm going to be taking you through a mini lesson on theater sports. I hope you enjoy. Alright, I've prepared a short presentation that I'll be taking you guys through using a screencast recording. So, what the heck are theater sports? Well, I'm glad you asked. Theater sports actually has little to do with sports at all. Instead, it was inspired by people's reactions to sports. Theater sports can be thought of as the ultimate theater showdown. Here's a little history lesson for you guys. Theatresports was created by a director named Keith Johnstone in Calgary, Alberta around 1977. Theatresports is a form of improvisation that uses the format of competition-based scene standoffs for dramatic effect. Johnstone's inspiration for theatresports spans from the heat and excitement people have when watching competition-based sports like wrestling. He wanted to add that hyper-audience reaction to the theater. If you want to learn more about Johnstone and his view on improv, check out one of his two well-known novels, Impro and Impro for Storytellers. So, what's this theater sports thing all about? Funny thing, many people may think they've seen or played theater sports, but that may not actually be the case. Keith Johnstone's theater sports has a very specific format. It's not just about pitting scenes against each other. A quote from the International Theatre Sports Institution website. Theater sports encourages performers to take risks while being good-natured. The components of the show, horn, basket, judges, challenges, teams, hosts, etc., are there to support and encourage risks and allow improvisers to be fearless in their endeavor to create stories in the spontaneous moment. It aims to create a theater show offering a variety of stories ranging from the comedic to the dramatic. It embraces stories of life, politics, religion, and love. It challenges points of views, expresses opinions. It creates an evening of theater that engages the audience in a way that makes them respond openly, as one might do at a sporting event, and has them thinking and talking about the performance afterwards. This to me means that there's a very specific way that theater sports shows should be structured for it to actually be theater sports. A little Keith Johnstone quote for you guys. The whole point is not to be safe, but to take risks in public, and when you screw up, you stay happy and they like you. Now to the nitty-gritty, how a theater sports show is structured. There are many components that go into a theater sports show, but the main one is teams. You've got to have people to perform. You put them against each other, and following that, there's referees, definitely judges, and ultimately, someone has to win. Basically, a theater sports show does pit teams against each other, judges give scores, and one team is left standing by the end of the night. Interestingly enough, judges can sometimes be done by the audience, based on their applause. Loudest applause wins. Now it's time to ask yourself, what's it all about? Why should you participate in theater sports? Well, if you have any prior knowledge about improv, then you know it's all about taking risks. Improv allows you to put yourself out there, try some new material, and never be put down for not succeeding because you took risks. Plus, it's formatted in a way that adds a little friendly competition. The best thing about going to see a theater sports show or participating in one is that everything moves so fast. It's amazing to see how quickly people come up with these scenes off the top of their heads. And ultimately, you can never fail, because I guarantee all scenes get applause for doing what they did, because everyone is there taking risks together. Just a fun fact for you guys before I wrap things up. You can actually find theater sports being performed all around the world. On the right, there is a list of all the places which belong to the International Theatre Sports Institution. If you want to learn more about theater sports, you can actually go to their webpage. I'm going to take you there now just to show you a little bit. So, here we have their homepage. There's a tab about joining, a whole tab on Keith Johnstone. You can find interview, books, DVDs, plays, and workshops. And then we have our tab on theater sports, where you can find some of the history that I presented to you today, video tips, how to play, and even some more videos. Finally, there's a tab on guerrilla theater as well as maestro improv, which are two other forms of improv that Keith Johnstone had a key element in creating. And that's all I've got for you guys. I hope you learned a little bit about theater sports, and thanks so much for listening.